I really like the manager.
Yeah, definitely. We'll move on and we'll go to the other end of the table and two teams that look like they're in a dire state. And I messaged you about this earlier, and you said
Mm.
I cannot say this as
I
not fair
disagree.
to.
I think it's early
No, but
on Wolves.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say Wolves and Everton are destined for relegation this season. They are destined. They are piss poor, Adam. They are piss
Yeah,
poor.
I
Look at
agree with
Everton
Everton
today.
because I put them in my predictions. I put Everton in
Yeah,
them,
Wolves have
but
got it in mind.
Wolves, I
Wolves, I can
think,
see why, but
because
they
their
were
midfield and
awful. They were
they're
awful.
again they're missing a striker. They're not very good, but their midfield is like they've been unlucky against United. They should have probably won that game, and then we're looking at them completely different. 3 points from
Hmm.
2 games. It's not bad.
But I
They're
thought
just
they
Fabio
stunk
Silva
up the
is
gaff.
arguably the worst player, one of the worst players I've seen up front in the
Hmm.
Premier League, and they spent a lot of money on him as well. But winger wise, they've got some very like Pedro Neto, I think, is a quality player. Juan's a decent player as well. Mateus Nunes in the middle with I think it was João Gomez and Lamina, all very good prime quality midfielders, I think, and they played like that last couple of games. It's just they can't score no matter how many chances you give
Can't
them.
score
They just
goals, you ain't going to win
cannot score.
games. You can't if you're not
That's
going
what
to
it
score.
is, and I think they can. Like Mateus Cunha played really well last couple of games. He's just not going to get you again. They need a player like a Raul Jimenez that got them 10, 15 goals the other season, a couple of probably good 3, 4 years ago now since
Yeah,
his nasty head injury and stuff. But that's what they need. And I think they've lacked that goal scorer for a couple of years. Obviously, they tried Diego Costa, but they needed a real goal scorer. And I think that's what they're missing because they
yeah.
have quality players around there. Like Sar's a good keeper, Kilman's a good defender.
Oh, you say he's a
Midfielders,
good
I said,
defender.
very good.
They did ship in four to Brighton at home. I know you're on Brighton are a good side.
Brighton are very good though. Brighton will do that to a
I'm
lot of
not.
teams.
I know, but I'm not taking anything away from Brighton. But if you're shipping four goals at home, it's never a good look.
Oh
But
no, I agree.
yeah,
I agree. I just think there's a lot. I'd be more confident in saying. I don't get wrong. They'll be 15th or below Wolves. I don't see much higher. But if I had to bet all my money on one of them to stay up out of the two, I'd say Wolves because
yeah,
Everton
fair
for
enough.
me,
Oh,
special
Everton.
Calvert-Lewin coming off injured, and the fact they've been so close 2 seasons in a row now.
They are
You don't
that,
play.
all right.
They're playing
They
dangerous.
are destined for
Yeah.
relegation. Like they are horrifically awful. They
Oh,
are
they're
awful.
poor all over the pitch. When your keeper's your best player, there's only so far it's going to get
I
you.
mean,
Look
if
what
you call
happened with
it,
Sheffield a few years
yeah,
ago when Dean Henderson was arguably their best player and was really good, still went down. Aaron Ramsdale, Bournemouth, I believe, really good,
yeah,
went down. It's just it's gonna happen to him, and he's gonna get a move somewhere. That's what's gonna happen, and they're gonna be playing in that nice new stadium in Championship next season. I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. They just look disgustingly awful. I don't really know what to say. I didn't watch the game because I was reporting on the Union Berlin Mainz game today, but I, I I watched the highlights earlier, and it was
Villa
just so
killed him.
easy. It was so
Villa
easy. I think
destroyed
Norwich
watching
would have
that
killed
game.
them.
Yeah.
I think Norwich would have a field
Oh.
day. I really
Yeah,
do.
I think they're so poor. Just
Mental.
all like to defend like Villa played. I think we saw the real Villa today. They were a bit sloppy come the end of the first half, and I think a bit near the end of the second half. But I think overall they played really well.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
a
I
lot
kind
better
of
from
thought
them.
that I thought the Newcastle game is just going to like teams will ship 4 or 5 to Newcastle and Brighton a lot this season. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
Um,
they're good teams.
but it's
Good
how they
teams
bounce
now.
back, and Villa showed that they have the players to do so.
They have the
That
quality,
will
and
play.
maybe the first
Oh yeah,
game isn't very much representative of how they'll do this
mm,
season. It was
yeah,
more of a fluke performance. I think losing Tyro Mings and then we went Dia so early on
yeah.
the season is definitely
Mm.
definitely sort of it's not helped morale in the dressing room when you lose two big players. It never really is. But obviously players
Oh
stepped
yeah,
up today. I thought Musa
yeah,
Diaby was excellent. Looking at
yeah.
the highlights, I thought he looked mustard.
McGinn
Um,
played really well today as
yeah,
well. McGinn
McGinn.
was quality today.
But yeah, no, great result for Villa. Everton. Yeah, when does Sean Dyche get the action? You know what I mean?
Was
Can't
it?
be.
It's his second season there now, isn't it? Halfway through second. Did he get brought in last season?
Yeah,
Didn't
got brought in the back end of last season to keep him up. Did started off this season
he?
awful.
The thing is, they've been because Calvert-Lewin came off injured today. He started and he came off 37 minutes in.
Yeah,
And he was their talisman who got 10 to 15 the other couple seasons ago. But without him, they had Richarlison when they used to have him to cover, but now they haven't even got him. They have Neil
well,
Maupay, who was who's not. There's worse, but again, he's going to
There's
get you maybe
there's
five.
also a whole
There's
load
a
better.
lot better. He's
Yeah,
going to get you maybe 5 to 10 at that at a push, and that was in
definitely.
not as good of a Brighton team as in that Brighton team was still better than this Everton team, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And I just look at them, and there's no one that makes me go like James Garner looks like a good player for sure. Other than that, you look like Decore used to be quite good. Onana's a good player in midfield, but you can't be relying on a centre midfielder and a goalkeeper to stay
They're
up.
low level Premier League quality players, and I think that's also the low line issue. They haven't got enough match winners in that. They don't have any. I'd go as far as they don't have
Yeah,
any match
there'd be
winning
no.
players.
There's no one that I can think of really
No,
like off the
no.
top of my head in that
It's a
team. As
dire
Calvert
state.
Lewin could, but not when he's not going to stay fit.
No,
He's going to be
never.
in.
Yeah,
And that's him already probably out now for another couple
but
of months, and then
yeah.